Welcome to Department of Collegiate and Technical Education. Subject Applied Thermal Engineering. First unit Formation of Steam and the first session for 5th semester Diploma in Mechanical Engineering students. Now the contents are introduction about the formation of steam concept and the definitions, representation of wet steam, dry steam, superheated steam on TS diagram, and properties of steam. Formation of steam under introduction. Steam is the gaseous vapor form of water. It is commonly formed by boiling or evaporating the water. Steam is an excellent working medium in various thermodynamic systems because of its good properties. So it is nothing but the steam is a vapor form of water. It is a vapor form of water and having good thermodynamic properties. Now, the formation of steam under a constant pressure. Formation of steam under constant pressure. Now here there are 5 figures. First, second, third, fourth and fifth. So how the steam is formation under the constant pressure. Now here the first one, in the first figure, it is a piston cylinder arrangement. Thus it is a piston cylinder arrangement, and here which contains 1 kg of water, 1 kg of mass of water, with 1 kg of mass of water in 0 degree centigrade. In 0 degree centigrade. Vf representing the volume of water, and this cylinder contains, there is a 1 kg of water, and we are placing some weights. So we are placing some weights so that it going to maintain the constant pressure for the water, constant pressure for the water. So in the second figure is, it is a water TS, it is a saturation temperature. So what happened? Now you have to start heating to this cylinder. You are transferring heat to the cylinder up to the boiling point. So once we are starting heating to the cylinder, so which rising its volume. It's rising its volume and the piston moving upward. So when it's in the figure third, which represents, there is a wet steam and some water particles in the steam. So which means which is a wet steam. So in the second figure 2, the A point representing, here it is a 0 degree centigrade. From 0 degree centigrade, the water is started heating up to the saturation temperature at B. This is the boiling point. So which reach maximum 100 degree centigrade. Which reach the maximum 100 degree centigrade up to the saturation temperature. So here it is the A to B is nothing but which is a wet steam. So once A to B is representing what? The heat absorbed during this process is nothing but it is a sensible heat of water, sensible heat of steam, which is denoted by HF. Sensible heat is denoted by HF. So here once the wet steam is further heating, in the figure 4, the wet steam is further, we are heating, then it is converted into dry saturated steam up to the constant temperature, heated at a constant temperature. So which is Vg is nothing but volume at dry saturated. So here what happened? From B to C, B to C is the up to B is the saturation one. So when it reaches to C point, the wet steam is converted into dry steam. The wet steam is converted into a dry steam. The point C is representing the dry steam. So once the heat observed during this process is known as the latent heat, which is denoted by HFG. So here the heat is going on adding. So in this way HFG, H of superheated. So here the heat are adding. So here the from 0 degree saturation, then a superheated temperature on the Y side, X and Y side. So here again in the figure 5, when it reaches to C, it is a dry steam. Again the dry steam is further heated, which is converted into superheated steam. So whatever the dry steam which converts it into superheated steam. So again which rising there is a changing the temperature. So from B to C is the constant temperature. From C to D is the rise, there is a rise in temperature. There is a temperature is also changing, and which reach the D point. From C to D there is a superheated temperature. From C to D representing the C to D is nothing but it is a superheated temperature. So the heat observed during this process is known as the superheated one. That is denoted by H of superheated. So what it graph representing from A to B, B to C, C to D. So here from 0 degree water is converting wet steam, dry steam and the superheated steam. This V representing what? V of superheated steam. V of superheated steam. So what steam can be used for the steam turbines? This superheated steam is used for the converting of heat energy into kinetic energy. This is the graphical representation formation of steam. Same figure. The same explanation here it is. Considering 1 kg of water at 0 degree centigrade in a piston cylinder arrangement as shown in the figure 1. The figure 1 is here it is a figure 1. This one is which is 0 degree centigrade. There is a 1 kg of water. This piston and cylinder arrangement helps to maintain constant pressure inside the cylinder. So which is we are going to maintain the constant pressure. On addition of heat, temperature of water starts rising until it reaches the boiling temperature or saturation temperature at constant pressure. So when we are adding heat, we are heating to this cylinder. So it is there is a rise in temperature up to the saturation temperature or the boiling temperature. B is representing up to A to B is the boiling point or boiling temperature is saturation temperature. During this process, volume of water increases with increase in temperature. So here once we are started heating to the cylinder, so there is a rise in volume. So here the volume difference you observe here, the volume of water which is increases. So which rising the piston upward. This heat absorbed by the water is called as sensible heat. This is called the sensible heat. Once the boiling temperature is reached, means when it reaches to B point, the temperature remains constant. There is no temperature difference. Once which reaches the B point, the temperature is constant one. Further addition of heat makes steam to vaporize, thus pushes the piston upward at constant pressure, thereby increasing the specific volume of steam. So as shown in the figure 3. So here it is the 3 is this is the third one. Here it is the third one. There is a rising in its volume. This heat absorbed by the steam is called latent heat. So once which absorb the heat during that process is known as the latent heat. So which is as shown in the figure 1.2, and which converts remaining wet steam into dry saturated steam at same saturation temperature. So which means same saturation temperature means it is a constant temperature from B to C. On further heating, the temperature of the dry steam is means on further heating, the temperature of dry steam increases beyond saturation temperature and converts dry saturated steam into superheated steam. So once which is converted into dry steam, we are heating further, which is converted into superheated steam. So that is heat observed during this process, or it is called as a superheated steam. Now in the formation of steam, the steam exists in three forms. So which are the three forms? One is the wet steam, dry steam and superheated steam. Now in wet steam, so how you are going to define wet steam? When the steam contains particles of water in suspension is known as the wet steam. It is a mixture of vapor and water particles. So which contains the particles of water is known as the wet steam. Wet steam is nothing but A to B. A to B line, which representing in figure 1.2 is indicates the wet steam. So which means in the wet steam which contains water particles in suspension is known as the wet steam. Then the dry steam. In the dry steam, when the wet steam is further heated, it does not contain any water particles. Means which does not contain any water particles is known as the dry steam. The point C in the figure, this indicates the dry steam. So A to B is the wet steam and B to C is the dry steam. The point C only, the point C representing the dry steam. So which means it does not contain any water particles is known as the dry steam. Now the third one is the superheated steam. When the dry steam is further heated, so once the wet steam A to B and B to C, wet steam to dry steam, and dry steam is further we are heating. When the dry steam is further heated at a constant pressure, which increases in temperature of the steam is known as the superheated steam. So means once the B to C is the constant temperature, that is the saturation temperature up to the point C. So from C to D there is an increase in temperature. There is an increase in temperature from dry saturated to a superheated one. So which means which increases the temperature of the steam is known as the superheated steam. The steam at any point of the inclined line CD from C to D indicates the superheated steam, and this steam obeys the gas law. This steam obeys the gas law, hence it is a perfect gas. This superheated steam is a perfect gas and which obeys the all the gas law. So after that, then in the properties of steam, the first one is the sensible heat, that is HF, which is denoted by HF, the amount of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 kg of water. So from A to B in the figure 1.2, now in the previously we have discussed the amount of heat required to raising the temperature, but the pressure is constant, raising the temperature of 1 kg of water from 0 degree to saturation temperature. 0 degree to saturation temperature at a given constant pressure is defined as the sensible heat. It is defined as the sensible heat and is denoted by HF. So where is the sensible heat? In the first, here it is a sensible heat from A to B once which is absorb the heat during this process, which is nothing but sensible heat, which is denoted by HF. And the next one is the HFG, that is latent heat from B to C1. Then the C to D is the superheated one. So these things we are defining here. So that is denoted by, it is denoted by HF. Therefore sensible heat absorbed by 1 kg of water is given by this equation. You remember this HF is equal to, there is a mass of water m and Cw is the specific heat of water. Cw is the specific heat of water, which is, we know that 4.2 kilojoules per kg Kelvin, and this is the T saturation one. The unit of this one is kilojoules per kg. So means, which is sensible heat is equal to m into Cw into saturation temperature. This saturation temperature is 0 degree centigrade or 273 Kelvin. Now the next one is the latent heat of evaporation. The amount of heat required to evaporate. The amount of heat required to evaporate 1 kg of water at its saturation temperature without change in temperature. Without change in temperature, from the line is B to C, it is a constant temperature, means without change in temperature, is defined as the latent heat of evaporation. It is denoted by HFG. This HFG value, during the solving the problem, we are taking from steam table with reference to the pressure value. With reference to the pressure value. And the next one is the dryness fraction. So dryness fraction is representing what? It is a quality of the steam. It is a quality of the steam. Quality means whether it is a wet steam or a dry steam or a superheated one. So once which contains X value, which is a wet steam, which contains the value of X, means some dryness fraction which contains, means the value with reference to 0 to, that is 0.21. When it reaches to 1, means it is a dry steam. So above the dry steam, which is a superheated one. So which dryness fraction representing always the quality of the steam. So this term refers to quality of wet steam. It is defined as the ratio of, it is the ratio of mass of actual dry steam to mass of same quantity of total wet steam. Same quantity of total wet steam, and is denoted by X, small x. It has no unit. It is a unitless. Therefore X is equal to, in mathematically, in general mathematically, the X is equal to mg divided by mg plus mf, which is equal to mg by m. The total, this is equal to mg plus mf is equal to mass of actual dry steam. Therefore mg is nothing but mass of, therefore the where mg is equal to mass of actual dry steam and mf is mass of water in suspension. This small m, which is equal to m, this m is nothing but mass of wet steam. Mass of wet steam. Next one is the degree of superheat. Degree of superheat means, once we are converting dry to superheated one, the difference temperature, that is superheated temperature and saturation temperature, is known as the degree of superheat. That is difference between the both the temperature, superheated and saturation one, which is nothing but the degree of superheat. It is defined as the difference between the temperature of superheated steam and the saturation temperature at a given pressure, defined as degree of superheat. So where we know that T superheated is temperature of superheated steam, T saturation is temperature of saturation 1. Thank you.